Hey, and we're back. After a little break. Alright, so who wants to go over the recap?
We led a jailbreak.
Yeah, I feel like you need to leave this one, Amy.
I only wrote down like half of it, but okay. So
you orchestrated all of these events.
Well,
sort of.
Okay, so unfortunately, the stampede did not work quite as we had hoped. The Baron took my wolf back into the jail with him, and that made me really, really mad. Nobody steals my wolf, damn it. Danil managed to open the doors with magic, the cell doors. And Ula thought about it for about 10 seconds and decided she could take on like the 10 guards in front of the place going in. And for the most part, she was right. She took out 9 of them. I believe Jewel was the one that took out the last one.
As Key just looked on in horror, like this just happened.
I took down like 5 of them in like 2 swings. We were about when we saw the archers at the top coming up to the edge of the roof, so we decided to run for the cover of the building and the door. And then Danil led the prisoners out and tried to get that all going, but the Baron kind of stopped him and threw him around a little bit. Ula ran in and took a swing at the Inquisitor, but as soon as the Baron showed his teeth, she is very, very ashamed to say that she ran away and hid. And she's really ashamed of that, especially because she took out 9 dudes by herself.
Mind magic.
Oh, and the Baron also tried to get Jorlak to attack Danil, but Danil managed to snap him out of it, so that was awesome. And the Inquisitor was killed by Danil, and the Baron got away by being all misty, but not before he bit Jewel. And yeah, the prisoners are out. The Inquisitor is dead. The Baron got away. And it's probably all going to hell now. So that's kind of where we're at.
I definitely have not come up with any new ideas with the 2 weeks since we played last.
I mean, we figured out what was happening to the town.
Well, we kind of already knew.
But now we have the Baron, who's going to be super mad at us. And there's the matter of the Inquisitors that for some reason are still coming to this town because there is something going on, even though we pretty much stopped it. Kind of, maybe.
Well, I mean, they were already coming here, and we just murdered them in the course of our problem solving. Daniel's
Hey.
gonna look around.
Chaotic good. Doing the right thing, even if you gotta kill everybody to do it.
Ugh. I don't necessarily regret our choices ethically, but Daniel's gonna look around at everyone and say, I have some regrets now. I'm not sure how best we can talk down the remaining soldiers.
I was gonna say we should try to find someone who's still in charge and explain to them that we know that the Baron was a vampire. Like that'd be our starting point to get everyone to understand why we did what we did.
The mayor, maybe? Or did we kill the mayor?
Assuming they believe us and let us leave the building long enough to speak to them.
Pretty sure we did not kill the mayor.
Jewel will point to the bite marks and say, "Believe us."
Well, if they can see that far in the dark at night. Is that our play then? See if we can't talk it out with the archers? Rouse up support against the vampire?
That's how else are we gonna get out of here?
Well,
Fair point.
can't we send out a message that we want to talk to the mayor?
Anybody got a white handkerchief?
With who? I suppose I might be the best one to step outside. If those archers have been on the roof for a long time, they haven't necessarily seen me do anything wrong yet. They just saw me enter the building earlier.
Plus, you're a smaller target.
Might be I suppose that's another way of looking at it.
They're probably really, really mad at me.
I guess we'll just sort of figure it out as we go.
I mean, I can come with you, Danila. I didn't really kill anyone, which is true. She didn't kill anybody. She healed you
Well.
guys.
Well, thank you. And I guess we'll step outside.
Thank you for what? For not killing anybody or for going
No,
with
no,
you?
thank you
No.
for joining me on this maybe death march. Just gonna
Hey.
go out there in front of the bows and be like, hey, please don't shoot. Haha, we killed your friends, but don't worry about it. It's all cool, right?
He can try to do a barrier spell.
That's my thought. If it, well, worst comes to worst. So I guess Daniel at least is going to go out with hands up, very definitely away from any weapons. And as he comes out, will try to shout up to any nearby soldiers. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're unarmed. We're not a threat. We need to talk.
As you're yelling, you see one guy dressed up in like Inquisitor guard armor and gear. You say you're no threat, but yet you one of your companions seems to have slaughtered some of my men.
And that's a crime she'll have to answer for in due time, but things have changed. Look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I gotta get this out of this building. Shush.
He's trusting
Look.
you. Her face is passive.
It's a good thing Ula can't
The
see you.
The Baron was behind all of this. And when the Inquisitor authorized a search of his residence, he struck her down, wounded others of my compatriots, and fled. I don't know if you noticed that rush of mist swirling into the night, but if you need evidence, we have proof of the injuries below. That monster is behind what has been happening to this town, I manipulated the investigation as well.
Alright, give me a... deception.
That's fair.
That'd be... So it's gonna be 2 red, 1 purple.
Anyone mind me flipping a pip right now?
Not at all. But
I mean, to our knowledge,
Can-
the only lie that you're saying, like to us, is that the Baron killed the Inquisitor.
I was gonna say it's deception, but it's not. Like literally, most of it is truth.
True.
It
Just
wouldn't
the
change the roll any
Inquisitor.
because I don't have any
Well-
ranks in either skill.
Oh, okay. Well, but it might
It's the
have
same
made
roll either way.
but it could make your difficulty easier.
Yeah, it's going against his.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. I tried.
I appreciate it, but this is just the fate we have to roll with now. Oh no! Look, even last week, I was like, I think we have to be in for a penny, in for a pound. We can't just kill half the Inquisitors and be like, hey, buddies, with the rest.
I mean, you tried.
So you see him stand up. A little bit taller, crosses his arms. So, you want to try this again? Or should I have my men shoot you down?
Do not shoot. The Baron is a vampire. That is the truth.
Can we at least ask that the innocent villagers here, who had no part in this, be allowed to go free? They did nothing and cooperated with your investigation, but they have had no role in tonight's events. Surely we can allow them to leave this building and return home.
They can leave, because as of right now, they've committed no crime.
All right. May we return inside to have them come out?
Duh.
Thank you. Daniel's heading back inside.
He's gonna stay at the door and watch.
So I don't know how trustworthy this all is, but they say we can let the villagers out. I don't think they're very keen on letting us out.
I told you they were mad at me.
Well, anything that gets us out of this situation. And then I can't remember if we had done this at the end of last session or not, but if we hadn't, going to get that muzzle off of Garrig and basically let the villagers know you can go home and you probably should.
Alright. Yeah, you can find some keys that'll unlock the muzzles.
I thought he did that. I know he unlocked the other things, but I thought he did the muzzle too. But
Yeah,
he did not.
he just never communicated
think-
that they were unlocked.
I think I just unlocked the doors and chains.
Yeah.
I never actually did the muzzle because I had spent so much stamina or strain, I mean, on casting all of that.
Jewel's gonna while this is going on, Jewel have looked in the building. She's assuming there's a way interior to the roof. That the
You
guards
were thinking what I was thinking.
on the roof. She's gonna try to make she's gonna try to figure out how the guards get up on the roof, if there's a way inside or not.
All right.
And depending on what I find will make my next action one thing or another.
So, you'll have plenty of time to look around where you're at. You do not see any sort of ladder access up to the roof from inside.
In that case, is there next thing Jules going to think of is any kind of underground passage out of your hidey hole, sneaky way out the back? Is there like a lower level?
The majority of this is just like a one-story building.
There's no basement to the Alamo?
No.
It does leave the
Think you can
question
shoot
of
your
how
magic
they.
through the ceiling?
That does leave the question of how the archers get up there if there's no way inside. And we know that there's not a back door because we scouted this place ahead of time. And we
Might be
didn't
a ladder on
see,
the outside.
I suppose, but we didn't see one when we scouted.
They repelled from a helicopter.
Come on. It's common knowledge.
Totally. I think you
Please,
mean
a griffin.
griffin.
Dire hummingbirds.
Now, that does sound like a really cool mount.
That does sound awesome.
So what do you guys plan to do?
Is the Inquisitor doing anything while I'm watching him, or is he just watching me back?
He's just standing there.
Oh, did you stay outside?
I didn't stay outside. I stayed at the door.
He's just staring at the
Oh.
door.
So I'm looking at him, and I'll just say to him, we did come here with the intention to help this town. And it is no lie, the vampire has been the cause of the problems. Did you know there was a vampire?
You keep saying that there's a vampire, but yet you presented no evidence.
We have the evidence, but I just wanted to know if you thought that was even the case.
Come
Remind
down
me
here
how
and see our evidence.
wasn't the Baron at the door when he dissipated and flew away? I'm trying to remember exactly how that went down.
So
Well, yeah, because wasn't Ula outside?
I was outside the door. I was hiding in the corner outside the door.
So he wasn't at the scene when everything was going down.
Okay.
He was more arriving as everything was ending and basically getting information from his guards.
Right. Okay. Well, you guys also forget Key's not part of this discussion about you guys going up to the roof. She thinks that Danil's bringing Jewel out. So
Wait, bringing Jewel out?
yeah, you're the evidence.
Here's evidence.
I thought, Daniel's getting the prisoners out. Is what I was thinking more.
Essentially,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, were the prisoners able to leave? Did they let them go?
Yeah.
Okay. Because essentially
Okay,
what
good.
Key's getting at with this conversation is she's pissed at them for just blindly rounding up villagers for no reason. So that's kind of what she's accusing this Inquisitor of. So, I mean, she's like, did you know Did you suspect all of these villagers, these innocent people, of something nefarious when there's no proof?
Well, that's why the Inquisitor, questions them.
By chaining them to the wall?
If that's what has to be done.
He just like looks with utter disdain and starts shaking her head. She's trying to shame them, but she's not gonna
Meanwhile,
like.
Daniel's just. No, go ahead.
Oh, it's yeah, but she's not gonna like do anything because you guys aren't with her.
She's not
Meanwhile,
Ula. She doesn't just run into shit.
She has like what, 10? Yeah,
I'm not
10
saying
wounds?
that's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
So he steps up closer to you, kind of puts his left foot up on one of the steps and kind of leans on his knee and looks at you. So how do you suggest we deal with things such as these? The world is not, how should I say this, flowers and rainbows? Dark things need to be done to get results. To seek out evil, you must sometimes be evil. It's all for the greater good.
He just like lowers her eyebrows into just a glower. Just like she pulls up her sleeve just a little bit to show her burns. Evil will never fet out evil. It just creates pain and suffering.
He's kind
So now she's pissed.
So he glances at your arms. He goes, interesting. You say it doesn't eke out evil. But yet, if suddenly the Baron has become a vampire, would that not have found him out? Perhaps us rounding up these folks have goaded you all into acting where we could not. And so now we can pinpoint, if your accusations are correct, that he is indeed a vampire and should be dealt with. So by us performing these acts, you who claim to be good have come in to do this, so therefore performing evil acts has eked out something for the greater good. Am I wrong?
You're certainly not right.
That wasn't exactly what I asked.
No, she understands. She was like complete. She had complete understanding in her face.
Oh no.
Blowing up Eldaron helped the rebels the most. It was a good act to blow up Eldaron.
Checkmate, liberals.
Well, at this point, she's ready for you guys to come out now because she's ready to show this guy that you don't need to be a dick for results.
So meanwhile, back inside, I'm not really sure that peace is an option anymore. In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say.
Jewel's gonna lean on the side that there's been a lot of bloodshed today, and she's not sure that more bloodshed is the answer to helping this town out. That's only gonna call down more wrath on us.
Yeah, I wish you guys had heard what we had said.
We better be able to run quickly because even if they work with us temporarily, I don't really know if we can't really cover up how many people we've killed here tonight.
That's assuming that you want to cover it up.
Well, I don't see a situation where the
my
Inquisitorial
wolf.
Guard. I don't know if that'll hold up in their courts of law. Took my wolf, so I killed 10 people to get him back. It was all justified.
Maybe.
Look,
Maybe.
this was all your house, so it was just a stand your ground law. It's fine now.
He shot my dog. Oh no, I get it.
All of this over a puppy? Do not disrespect the dog.
All right, Jules gonna make her way to the door to talk to this Inquisitor and to show her evidence of her bite, which I'm not sure if we establish if that was on the neck or on the arm or on the leg or wherever.
I thought
It was
on the neck.
It's the
right up in
neck.
here.
Typical vampire.
So as you walk out, I kind of start showing the bite marks. He just looks, and that is your evidence. 2 puncture holes in the neck.
If I rolled lore, would I be able to pinpoint like certain like coagulation or like markings of like the bruises and like give evidence backing up that it was a vampire bite?
Lore could work. Medicine could also work.
Which one of us has the highest medicine right now?
So I
Tell
got
you it's
2
not
yellow,
me.
1 green. Then I have 2 yellow, 1 green in lore.
Oh damn, you're better at both of those than me.
So
I just got 2 yellow in each.
what would my difficulty be? Since I spent a week just reading shit in the library.
Yeah. So basically, kind of present the case. It'll be average difficulty, but you'll get the boost because you've done all that study on them.
Average is 2, correct?
Yes.
Jules gonna point out too that everyone knows the Baron was inside and has not come out and is no longer here, and that also leaves credence a second form of
Yep.
evidence towards him being a vampire.
Yep, so
There is
mine's
definitely
gonna be,
no body here.
mine's gonna be specific to just the bite, but yes, add in what Jules said.
Maybe Daniil should not be the one to point out that there's no body since they already know he's a liar. Like,
That
Not a
1,000.
liar.
So, how do you describe everything to him? Just like the
Like what-
bruising and how it's an even bruising. It's not like, one up and puncture and then puncture. Evenly, basically it was evenly distributed.
I go clinical. I'm just like, this is what I've read, and I'm guessing I have some sort of like I can say it verbatim.
Yeah.
It has this, it has this, it has this, it has this. It hits 5 out of the 5 marks of a vampire bite.
and it's obvious he attacked the best looking one of the party. That's what the vampires always do.
She just like I'll just say she goes nerd on it. She literally gives him no grounds to like. Yeah.
Citing a bunch of books he's never read.
So he listens. Everywhere you start kind of pointing to prove your case, he kind of gets closer to take a deeper look at it. Okay, so you say that all this, some stuff from books. Let's see that I believe you. What now?
We go find the Baron. He's what's been causing the troubles to this town.
We combine our
He will
forces.
return.
We combine our forces and go after him.
Show you what it's like to go and work a case without taking innocent people hostage.
Fine. Be here tomorrow at dawn.
We will be here.
He just straightens up. Starts walking and stops and goes, turns back. So where's the Inquisitor? You claim he killed her.
She perished in the fight.
Her body is still inside.
Well, then she will need to be examined and then buried properly.
You can claim her.
Of course.
So he kind of starts walking up again. She goes, you see the archers kind of fade into the dark. A couple of other guards come out, walk right past you guys, go into the building, gather up the Inquisitor, and bring her back out.
How many days has passed now? Like, when is this caravan that we're supposed to be
I
Well,
think it's supposed to
moving
leave
on.
in the morning.
Yeah.
well, we were supposed to leave, but remember at least one of the members got caught. Two of them did, yeah.
So,
So they
do we
weren't going anywhere anyway.
think we can convince them to stay another day to finish this thing?
Worth
They
a
might
shot, I
not want.
suppose.
I mean, we can ask, but I would not blame them one bit if they
We-
want to put this
We might
place
be more
far
trouble than
behind
we're
us.
worth now.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I guess we can leave it up to them. Maybe they'll pay us some of the gold or the silver. We got them like 90% of the way there.
Oh, sorry. This technically defaults on your contract. So sorry. Next time, don't
Yeah.
get involved in legal trouble. Oh,
Sorry, we have to hold all
company
your
policy. There's
leave.
nothing we can do. Sorry. Oh no.
Yeah. So
If you want, you can form a.
while the
No, go ahead.
guards are going to grab the Inquisitor, I grab you guys because it's probably not a good idea for Danil and his weapons to be around because that was
Ah,
the killing weapon. Probably a good
forensics
idea.
probably isn't that advanced, right? Right.
We should probably go back to the caravan. We need rest. It's been a long day.
Alright, so as you guys make it back to the caravan where you guys had basically been staying, you see two of the members that had been grabbed up by the Inquisitor. You know, talking with the caravan members. A lot of them are getting a kick out of Garand, who's just making a bunch of meals. But they kind of look up as you guys approach, and a couple of them get up, start clapping, and the rest of the caravan actually starts getting up and cheering.
I would just like to point out, even before they all start cheering, Ula is like literally from head to toe covered in blood because, you know, she slaughtered 9 people.
And Daniel pissed himself when the vampire threw him across a room.
Like, her teeth are white, so when she smiles, she's got that scary look of face covered in
no.
blood and white teeth. Man, I need somebody to draw that for me.
I still need somebody to draw Garand scaring the crap out of Danelle.
Oh my god, yes.
So sorry, side note. When I rolled the lore, would I have known through that if Jewel is in danger of Turning.
There is a chance. You would have to do a medicine check on her.
Okay. I'll let us figure out this cheering bit first, but that's going to be something coming, Joel.
I mean, if they want to cheer me, I just want them to know that that's cool. I just want them to know that I look like I killed a whole bunch of people because, I did.
Yeah, Daniel is definitely not meeting anyone's gaze right now. This was an uncomfortable night, to say the least.
Key will ask, someone nearby if, it's possible to get a bath drawn for Ula and get some water and linens and stuff. We might need it.
Town probably has baths somewhere, some kind of public facility.
Bathhouse.
Just ask them for some food and supplies just so we can rest up.
Oh yeah, and you see Garn come run over the plates.
I should have known.
At least he's a great cook.
Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing whatsoever, but it tastes amazing.
Is it dire wolf stew?
A little bit.
No, it's Pyrehound stew.
And
He tried to do a
funny
Pyrehound
drugs in the
flambe.
food.
All right, Joel. I'm going to check you out. What would the difficulty be?
So it's gonna be a hard difficulty.
Do I still get the boost from the book or no?
Yeah, you'll get one boost because you know that there are situations of like infections and illnesses that have been reported about victims of vampire bites.
Would it make sense for me to assist with that inspection too? To give another boost?
Please.
You can always give it a shot.
Sure.
While they're all doing that, I'm gonna eat and go clean up.
Okay.
Will Jewel be a vampire?
So examining Jewel, the wound, stuff like that, even kind of digging in a little bit and just pulling out a little bit of blood, which does not feel comfortable at all. You do know she is being affected by a wasting disease. Because as you're looking at the blood that you kind of dug out, you can see it just decay.
So your prognosis is good.
Everything's fine.
So in my success, do I know a treatment or no? Would that be something different?
That'd be another type of check.
Well, I will confer with Danil, trying using calm tones to not set Jewel off. And kind of give him the skinny and tell him that we need to figure out what kind of treatment. So could you assist me again?
Absolutely. I admit this is fairly far outside my realm of expertise, but it's not the first time we've dealt with a strange, unusual disease.
And
Do we
not
want to
something
start with
strange or
magic?
cool. I think we need to find out what we need to do first and then go from there. I think I'm going to roll medicine again, I think.
Okay.
Fair enough. And Daniel will keep assisting with any checks.
Okay.
So can we just so the board is level for everybody? Can we talk about what it means to be a vampire in this world? Does that mean necessarily that you have to drink people's blood and you have to be evil? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the context.
Joel, hold on. Do I want to be cured?
Jewel, the power hungry, daring one.
Once Jewel turns, we're going to Vampire the Masquerade. No.
Not this.
So being a vampire in this world, it's not necessarily evil. Some are just born through it, or born into it. Some are turned, such as becoming like a vampire spawn. And then throughout the ages, they grow in power to basically outgrow that.
Yes,
A lot of
but-
them are... There's not a lot of them that are known. You know, most of the times they're generally hunted down. They do obviously suffer from natural sunlight. You're gonna say?
But you said she's suffering from some sort of wasting, which doesn't say that she's turning.
Right. So basically right now her blood and her body are kind of fighting itself.
Oh, here I thought Jewel was going to find out that Key had breast cancer or something. You know, like
Yeah, so I just want to clarify it. Like, she's just dying. She's not turning. It's just killing her.
Right.
She's just dying. She's not going to turn or anything.
However, a lot of times that's what has to happen for them to turn,
I see.
is they need to die from the wasting disease.
Okay, so she could turn, but
She
it's
could.
a chance she'd have
Can't
to roll.
spell undead without dead.
Yeah, it's like she's rolling the dice.
I'm saying there's a chance.
Okay. All right. So to look for a cure, should she want it, I will not force it on her. Is that another hard difficulty?
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless you want me to use the divine intervention and knock out one of those failures, Jewel. Or do you want to roll the dice? At this point, she'll leave it up to you. She's going to say, so here's the deal, Jewel. You're dying. That bite's going to kill you. There's a chance you'll turn. There's a chance you won't.
how much time do I have, Doc?
Would I know that?
Within a week. Probably less.
And I'm telling you now, unless I go and get more information, I don't know the cure right now.
Does killing the vampire that bit me do anything in this world?
No. Just kills that vampire.
Just trying to think of what the options are here. Wasn't one that Jewel woke up this morning thinking I might get bit by a vampire. What would I do if that happens?
You mean you don't think about that every day? Gotta plan for everything. Come on.
If I healed her every so often, would I extend her time, or is there nothing that I can do to slow the disease?
Until you find a cure, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Okay.
It's pretty much going to be how long her body can either hold out or possibly her own body to beat the disease.
We're still in Sova, right?
Yeah.
Or Zavkla? We're in Zavkla. So there's a chance that there might be a library in Kutrov.
Or at the very least, more powerful resources than ours.
And I mean, we can ask the Inquisitors at dawn if they know more.
It may also be possible for us to use augmentation magic to strengthen your body. Maybe give you that little bit of boost to, I don't know, get more time, give you a better chance of fighting it off naturally.
Okay, Jewel wants to make sure. Well, let's see. Ula's not here. So Jewel wants to make sure that.
Ula will come back when, you know. I'm assuming this takes a while. She's not one to like sit and relax in the baths forever. So she just wanted to get cleaned up and she'll be back.
And I'm sure Key took a while because she wanted to be absolutely sure.
So yeah, like Ula will walk up about the time that they're talking about augmenting to give you more time.
Jewel wants to make sure that the party is alone, that no one else is around within earshot. So I don't know if there's something on a perception check or something I can make to make sure that no other ears are listening before she shares what she's going to share.
Stealth would work.
Well, if you
Can
think
I-
about it, we're never technically alone because anyone could be watching through the coins.
That's true.
And we are technically talking about undead, but vampires, not zombies.
Well, if they come to kill us for this technicality, we deserve to fight them off.
Okay, what difficulty for my stealth check to see that we're alone?
We're dealing with a lot of undead.
Well, if you're dealing with just more to see if there's anybody around, it would just be a perception. It'd be an easy one. If you're trying to basically try to keep your voices down so nobody's overhearing, that would be the stealth.
Okay, perception first then is what I want to do, to see if anyone else is around currently.
Yeah, easy perception.
Can you cast like a soundproof barrier?
Mufflato?
Would that work as like a utility spell for my verse magic? Just make it so that we become very quiet to those outside a certain area.
Yeah. You could basically kind of deaden the noise and...
Play a really loud song while the rest of us talk quietly. Okay, so my perception is, are there others around right now that are within hearing range, I guess, is my first question.
There's a few people kind of wandering around. Not too many, like about 2 or 3. Looks like they're kind of packing stuff up, getting all tied down to leave.
In that case, Daniel will do a try to cast that spell. Just a very casual tune on the lute. Just seems like he's passing time, but something to slowly dampen our sounds.
Give me a... We're going to average perform check. Nice. So yeah, you're able to just kind of play on your lute, strum it, and as you're playing, you know, people are listening, but they're not hearing what's behind the lute. It's just the music. That's all they're hearing.
Okay, Jewel is going to tell the group that she has a secret to tell them, and that she trusts them at this point, and that ever since we fell in the cave, she's had the ability to cast blood magic. And in fact, she knows after what happened earlier today, her blood magic is now stronger.
What does that mean for you?
It means that I can harm those who are doing harm to others.
But what about the disease in you?
That I don't know. I don't know if what Key sensed was my abilities or if it was something else.
I mean, your blood is wasting away. Like, that is a fact, Joel. Like, I think it's going to kill you.
Are you wondering if it's been doing so ever since the cave, Jewel?
No, I'm saying that I believe that if there was something harmful in my blood, I could purify it with my blood magic.
Interesting.
Ula looks intrigued. She doesn't know anything about blood magic, but she looks intrigued.
Worthwhile hypothesis.
Yeah, I mean, I only know the basics on what blood magic is.
So, for the hypothesis, can't we just take a bit of your blood that is wasting, and then you can try to purify it?
I'm sorry, I'm just having a really great visualization of this big ogre, or, this big orc-like lady sitting down, like, let's make a hypothesis.
She might not be the smartest person in the group, but she's not dumb.
Look, she's got the same intelligence as Danil. She may not be as
know.
educated on certain topics, but
She's
Ula
got
is
street
by no
smarts.
means dumber.
I'm just saying the visualization of it is awesome.
No, I agree. I love it. Plus, Ula likes to once in a while remind you that she isn't just the strength.
This is the science squad. We are all about medicine in this party.
Jewel's gonna say that once her blood leaves her, it's no longer her blood. So she can't purify a vial of her blood because it's no longer her.
Well, guess there's only one way to test it then.
No. But would you be able to purify another's blood?
Say
No,
this.
my magic does harm to others. It does good to me.
Ah, okay. Well,
All right,
if you
then.
want to attempt it, I can stand by. Or if you don't want to attempt it, it is your choice.
I'll catch you if you fall.
Want a bit of extra strength before you try it then?
Yeah, because we haven't really healed up any of our strain or our crits.
I think you all are misunderstanding. If I'm going to purify my blood, I need to do harm to someone to do it, someone else, in order to purify myself. So unless you're all volunteering for that, I don't think this is the place that you want me to do that.
How much?
Much.
As much as needed to purify myself from this. I won't know until I attempt it.
The Baron at dawn.
The Baron, another hound, doesn't matter to me. I've been casting this in front of you, and you guys have, I've been casting this for weeks. I'm not trying to be like cavalier, but I've been casting this for weeks, doing extra harm on these creatures to heal myself.
Fascinating.
We don't know blood magic.
It's true. I simply have no experience with it.
It often has a bad reputation. You can see how it could be misused.
Yeah, in most of the world, blood magic is a forbidden form of magic. If you are caught, you will be punished for it.
Well, I haven't seen you use it for anything but good and against those who are exceedingly bad.
So, can you test your theory a little bit?
Like on a rabbit?
I was going to say, are there any rats in town?
A lot of them.
I mean, if you only need a couple, basically Ula has like 16 wound, and if she thinks that, if you cut her and harm her for like a couple of wounds just to see if it will help you, just to get to see if the theory proves correct or not.
Ula, I'm not sure if my healing will not do permanent harm to the one that I draw the strength from, and I don't want to do that from you. I appreciate your offer, but I may do permanent damage to this person. I don't want to do that to you.
I respect that.
Well, I suppose that still leaves us in a bit of a pickle with the Inquisition. Assuming that we can somehow keep them placated even after we've fought the Baron, we'll still need to somehow get one of them far enough away that, or at least enough out of sight that you can perform your ritual too.
Well, did the Inquisitor herself notice she used the magic? When Jewel used her magic?
No, there's no real general sign of them using it.
Yeah.
It's more of, I mean, it depends on how they use it, because sometimes they will have to take damage to do damage when they cast. So if like suddenly a bloody mark appears on their cheek, and then something takes damage or dies, that's a general sign that they're using their body to cause harm on something else.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm going to just assume, and she'll say this to the group, I'm going to assume that they don't know what she's doing. So I don't think if we say anything, no one will know at this point. And if they find out, we'll deal with it then.
The Inquisitor was also focused on other party members, not
Yes.
really looking at me. And I will turn to Danielle.
True.
Well, I suppose we've all gotten a little bit messy recently. I
Cute,
guess
look at
except for
like-
you,
Except
Asha.
for Keith.
Gosh.
Ula just kind of like looks around.
Keith's playing the innocent this time around.
She has never outright attacked anyone that hasn't already been attacking her. And she literally didn't do one single attack in that last. She was literally shielding you guys and healing you guys the entire time.
Hey,
It's not
every
wrong.
party needs their healer.
All right, let's rest up. I think we have some work to get done.
All right, so
Speaking of,
now I can stop texting Joel when I'm using blood magic and like sneaking behind his back.
speaking of healing, though, do I suffer any penalties if I try to heal one of my own crits?
It increases the difficulty.
I can try if you want me to.
Yes, thank you.
So
I also need a crit healed.
with the healing and stuff, you get, especially when you're trying to heal a crit, you get one shot per 24 hours. You won't really make it worse, but you won't heal it. If you fail it, basically what happens is they suffer the effect of that critical. But now with general healing, you've either got to use magic to heal, potions such as health potions, which act like stims from Star Wars, or I think it's regeneration or regenerative potions, which act like normal health potions. Otherwise, by resting, you will get 1 hit point back. You'll get your strain back, but your health will slowly heal back over time.
So, question. What would my difficulty be if I tried to use magic, or not magic, medicine to heal this crit? So I'm assuming I'd be able
It's
to
all
have
based.
access.
It's all based on what crit he took, because
Also
the
average for me.
Yep. So each crit has, like, you notice whenever I roll, or whenever we roll for critical, how it's got like difficulty next to it. That's the difficulty to heal that critical.
So what was your roll again?
Mine was average.
Okay, so I'm gonna try using medicine. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I should use divine because I have more dice. I do have knack for it though in medicine, but it says it removes setbacks. But there's no setbacks, right?
Right.
Okay. So then after I do this, even if I'm just healing something, I do have apothecary too. So once you heal from natural rest, you'll get twice my 1 rank. So you'll get 2 extra.
Is that for
There
everyone,
you go.
or just the person you're healing?
No, I'm just doing Danil right now because I'm trying to heal crits.
And that
Nice.
would heal.
Crit be gone.
Can
And
we
I
bottle that up?
And I can heal you too, Joel. I can try to heal your stuff.
There's still a limit as to what I can be healed right now. I guess Joel will have to tell me. Yeah, I was winging some of that and also going with what Joe and I had talked about. So I still have like the -4 limit, I assume.
Yes, so that is still there. So basically what it is you'll have to make every morning, or every day, you have to make a check to see if your buddy can fight it. Now, if you want to test out using some blood magic on somebody, that may increase it, as you're basically purifying you're using your blood to enhance the magic, can purify it. So, the -4 to your wounds and your strain, that'll still stay. If you have any other crits, that will, or she can try to heal that.
Joel doesn't have a crit.
Ula does.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest that you heal the others for now, and that the best to save my strength for tomorrow, and we'll sort it out more.
Okay, well, you should get some of your wounds back by just resting 1, right? So
Yeah, she'll get at least 1 wound back.
and all of her strain.
And all the strain, except for what's missing from the -4.
Gotcha. Okay, Amy, what did you roll for your crit?
It's an average difficulty.
Ooh, a little harder.
Yep, so you still have your crit.
Sorry.
If you want to
Alright.
use your advantage, you can offset her suffering the effects of it again.
For like the next day?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then.
So yeah, so you still have your crit, but you're not suffering the effects. It's still there. So if you were to get into another fight, get a hit with a crit, it still counts against.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's the thing. My crit it increases the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
Okay.
The encounter's over.
Okay.
So I know it doesn't go away, but does that mean it just doesn't affect me until it's gone?
Pretty much. But
And it's just there
so the
for...
crit is still there. The effect on it won't have an effect since it's over. What it is if you say some bandit comes up, rolls, gets a triumph, crits, instead of it being just a straight crit, they get a +10 because you are still suffering from that crit.
Okay.
So the actual effect of the crit isn't active, but the crit is still active.
All right. So I still want to get rid of it, but I don't necessarily have to worry about the effects of it. So
Yes.
I just have to try not to get hit with a critical.
Yes.
Yeah, so essentially Key doesn't know how to heal your intellect. But she tried, and she'll try again tomorrow after she
Look,
thinks
we all got a
about
lot
it.
of concussions. That's all.
Joe doesn't. I've never had a concussion,
I have.
but
I
Joe has.
personally
He doesn't
have.
like them. They're not good.
No, especially the last one. But technically, the last
Frustrated.
one saved my life.
All right, tell the story
Right.
again. I know you've told me, but tell it again.
It's about 2 years ago, working on the Dakota Rail Trail out by St. Bonnie. Been out there for about 3 weeks, chainsawing, weed whipping, all that fun stuff, taking care of corners at where the trails cross the road to open up visibility. The crew
Bikers
working,
appreciate that.
yeah. At least not when I'm out there working, they don't. I had my crew on one side because there was more buckthorn over there. I was on the other side, and I was cutting it out. And I just kind of give it a little tug just so I get to the stuff behind. Tug, snip, tug. And I grabbed a bunch of it and pulled. What I didn't see was a big branch that had busted off one of the trees and was resting on all the buckthorn. So when I yanked, all I saw was something black come shooting at my face. So I turned my head and it smashed me inside the head. So I saw stars. Everything went black for a second. I didn't get knocked out. And I just took like a 10-15 minute break. Still went to work the next couple days. Anyways, I ended up starting feeling sick because that was on a Monday. That's the following Saturday. Started feeling sick. Went to the doctor. They're like, "Oh yeah, you got a concussion." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." I'm like, "Oh, you'll be fine." Yada yada. Well, Tuesday, well, basically Saturday night, I was basically sitting on the couch, wrapped up in blankets, shivering. I'm never cold. So Amy basically forced me to go to the doctor again Sunday. Went back, they did an x-ray on my chest, found about a walnut size spot of pneumonia in my right lung. So like, okay, we're going to treat you with a bunch of antibiotics. We're going to hit it aggressively. You'll be fine in a couple days. Sweet. Well, got a shot, taking the antibiotics. Tuesday, I was even worse. So I got into the doctor before I had to go to a couple other appointments. They made me go to get an MRI. While there, it took them 5 tries to get the IV in. Because I was so dehydrated, yet I'd been drinking a ton of water and iced tea. Finally get in, go through. I had to wait there for the doctor to call. Then 15 minutes maybe, he called. So I was talking to him, and his response was, "You need to go to the emergency room right now." What? You need to go right now. You can't wait. Okay. You need to go. They know, I've already called. They know you're coming. You need to go right now. I will call an ambulance to come pick you up. No. Wife's here. She can drive me. Brought me over there. Oh, sure enough, sat there for a few hours before I finally got a room. Yada yada. I had to get a bronchoscopy. I think it was like about a day or two later. Which,
It was on Wednesday that you had that, I think.
yeah, which I don't advise, especially. I kept waking up during it. And it's not fun when they're telling you not to cough when they're basically drowning you with fluid as they're taking biopsies. And yeah, it turned out that I had gotten Legionella, otherwise known as Legionnaire's disease, because it grows naturally in standing water, lakes, streams, creeks, all places I'd been working for 3 weeks. But literally, if it hadn't been for me getting the concussion, I would have just figured I was getting a cold and like a flu. There's one day I had an appointment. I decided to, like, okay, I'm going to drive there. Amy was with me. That was not a good idea. Like, I know everything was going fine, but everything was in very slow motion for me. And like, as I'm driving down 100, I'm like, this is not good for me to do this.
Don't Legionnaire and drive.
More of don't drive while concussed. So yeah. On that note, let's take a quick little break. I want to get a little snack and hit the bathroom. So
Sounds good.
we'll be right back. And we're back. Alright, so you guys rest for the night. So you guys recover your strain and at least one wound. You guys wake up next morning. It's pretty close to dawn. Some food has already been prepared. Some people are still kind of slowly crawling out of their little beds and begin to make breakfast and get ready for the day. So what do you guys do?
Was the caravan planning to head out? Is that something we need to ask them to wait for us?
They were planning on taking off.
Can we ask them to either find our contract paid in full, or if they could wait for us?
We could plan to meet him down the road too. I mean, the next town or whatever, they're going to stay for a couple of days, right?
Well, I think the next town is Kutrov.
Where we were supposed to bring them.
Yes.
I mean, the Baron's villa is not that far from town, so one way or another, this probably won't take more than a few hours. I think we could ask them to delay at least a few hours, and if we're not back, then yeah, hit the road because things got a lot worse.
We can always send Garnt with them.
That's
kind
true.
of like
Garn
as
can get our pay for us.
he can be like our insurance, and they all love his cooking anyways. So.
Garn spent all your money already. It's Garn's money now.
That would not surprise me.
Alright, so you guys want to go and find Decorn?
Yeah.
What's his name? Decorn? D-E-C-O-R-N?
Yes.
Is he from Nebraska?
No.
He's from Iowa, obviously.
So yeah, you find him. He's talking with a couple of the other merchant caravan folks, just making sure things are ready to get moved out once they break down camp. As you guys approach, he's like, "Oh, hey guys."
Decorin, hello. Didn't have a chance to bring it up last night, but the Inquisition expects to see us again one more time to get everything that happened with the vampire and stuff sorted out. It's not far away, so I don't see it taking too long, one way or another. Will the caravan be able to hold up maybe a few hours? Wait for us to get back?
Well, I mean, yeah, we could try.
If we're not back in a few hours, obviously something went horribly wrong. But feel free to take Garnd with you.
So as you say that, you hear a pack kind of hit the ground. So you'll turn and look. You do see Garden just...
Garnd, we're not leaving you behind.
Garnt, if
We
you
just
really
want-
want, you can come with us. But if you want, you can also make sure that no one tries to short us our pay if we are slow getting back.
Garden want to help.
Against a vampire?
Well, it's his choice. None of us are particularly well equipped for anything, but
Garden not that very appetizing.
well, For smaller folk like us, he likes to toss people around, so just try not to get grabbed, I guess.
Garn used to getting thrown. You see him kind of like walk over to the wolf, which looks a little bit larger. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Kind of pats his nose,
He grew.
and he can't really make out what it is, but he feeds it something and starts mowing, and as it's not paying attention, he hops up on its back. Let's go!
Well, all right then.
Ula kind of looks at Garn and Jorlak like she's waiting to see what Jorlak will do.
Right now, he's just interested in gnawing on whatever he gave him.
Well, if Jorlak doesn't care, I don't care. Well, let's go. Hopefully we can take care of this and escort them to Kutrov.
Well, good luck, guys. Yeah, hopefully you'll make it back, because that'd be good. Still got a couple days to get to Kutrov.
Certainly try.
If we aren't back in time, we will try to catch you on the road.
Alright, well, hopefully we'll see you.
Well, then I guess we've got an appointment with destiny.
Best to go meet it.
Getting rid of evil is more important than getting paid.
Speak for yourself. I have no money.
I'm branded because I have no money.
So, as you guys head off, back over to the meeting place for the Inquisitor guards. It's kind of a slow walk. Some people kind of watch it and wave at you guys, knowing what you did the night before. So a lot of them are still trying to clean up after the stampede of animals that came flying through. They don't look too happy.
But they don't know where the stampede came from, so...
Oh yeah, just in general, they just don't look happy at all.
They're probably people that are only happy when everybody's miserable.
Or when it rains.
Pour your misery down.
At one point, you see Garn kind of just riding along in the back of Torlak, and you see him kind of give his flanks a little kick to get him to go a little bit faster. And he does. But you just see Garn roll off the back of him, hit the ground, jump back up, and start chasing after him. You're just gonna keep walking. You make it into the area, and you can see probably about 20, possibly 30 Inquisitor guards, all dressed, ready. And you see the one guard that you've been speaking to the night before standing there. You finally showed up. Are you ready to move out?
Yes.
Now you do know where she is, right?
Yes, we tracked the source of a disturbance yesterday.
Alright, let's go.
All you guys ever saw was an illusion, right? That you never penetrated?
No, but at least we know there was a hellhound near there.
No, I thought we kind of saw through the illusion for just a second. We know it's
Bits
dilapidated.
and pieces.
I have one question before we head out, though. Where's the coach? He came in a coach.
Still there.
All right, then.
Should we suggest we take it with?
or at least search it?
Yeah, let's suggest searching it. Might be clues.
Up to you guys. I don't know. I don't know if we'll find anything there.
I don't either, but if, well, maybe they searched it already, just to ask. Have you guys searched his coach?
We have not.
I'm just saying that maybe there's magic on the coach that could get us into the illusion. I don't know, but just saying, there's possibility here.
Well, piercing the illusion is a straightforward matter. I've had a mixed track record countering his magic, I admit, but we certainly did enough to anger his other pyre hounds when we were there yesterday.
All right, well,
And I guess we just lead the way following the path we had taken before towards the mansion.
You want to take that route, or do you want to just go the direct route down the road? Because remember, we went the back way and through the woods, and
I mean, I feel like our route is theoretically more direct as the crow flies. I don't know if it's faster to take the road if we're still traveling on foot. I know the carriage made it there before us, but it also had horses, so I don't know which is
Well,
faster.
my
very
other
hard horses.
option is, or my other thing is that we have like 25 other people with us.
I guess that's true. Either way,
I say we send one team your route, and then the rest of us go the direct route with the carriage.
I don't know if they'll like that idea. We probably shouldn't push our luck with these people. We'll just march down the road in good order, and the vampire will probably not run away in broad daylight.
Probably not. It'll probably be fine.
All right. So you guys take the main road?
I
Sure.
think that's a consensus.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking the main road, it takes you guys about half hour, 45 minutes to get there. As you're going, you see the occasional, almost like farmer kind of making their way in. And as soon as they see you guys and the large group of soldiers behind you, they quickly get off the path to let you guys by. During the travel, everybody's quiet. So all you really hear is just the gravel under your feet and the sound of weapons and armor just kind of clanking against each other. As you get close, you begin to hear less and less as they start to kind of move a little bit quieter. And you can see in the road where it kind of branches off into like just a little trail. You can see the wagon marks, or at least the wheel marks from the coach. Do you guys go down?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go down, you start to notice that as you're going in, the area starts to... The light here, which is starting to get brighter as the sun's rising, almost gets dimmer. And the closer you get, the darker it seems to get. Give me perceptions. Say average difficulty. Alright, so as you move down this little driveway, essentially, everybody but Jewel notices that there is no sounds from any birds, wildlife of any sort, the closer you get.
Jewel's probably like whistling to herself a little bit and doesn't notice that there's no other noises.
When you said that the light seems to get dimmer, do you mean, like, I guess, is there trees above that would be filtering it more, or is it literally like a spell type thing?
There are a lot of trees in the area. A lot of it is being filtered out. But there does seem to be something somewhat unnatural about how it's being filtered.
All right, but for the most part, it's not something you'd really think about unless you're thinking about spells and stuff. You probably just attribute it to the trees.
Yes.
Okay.
As you guys start to get a little bit closer, the soldiers kind of fan out. Some go in, a lot of them go into the woods and slowly start to move forward. You lose visual on a lot of them. As you approach, give me another perception. Be the same difficulty. Nice. Okay. Alright, so as you guys are getting closer, the Imperial or the Inquisitor guard that's seems to be the leader of this group.
In my notes, I called him Inquisitor Light, just so you know.
Okay. He's pretty much walking right behind you guys, looking around. And off from your right, which would be more of the woods, you just and you hear sound of like metal hitting ground, and it starts to spread from both the right and the left. He spins around, draws his weapon, brings his shield up, and he's looking around, and you can't see anything in the woods. But you can still hear cries of surprise, terror happening from the other soldiers.
Good time to use a detect magic.
Well, we already know there's magic.
Well, it might give us a bead on if something's moving towards us and what it is.
All right.
Go for it.
Do I need to make any kind of check for that to set it up?
No, this one you wouldn't, because you're expecting it. So using, how are you doing it? Are you humming, busting out the loot?
So this is, yeah, I will actually have the lute out for this one. I'll have the lute out, strumming it gently, have like a little bit of a whistle to go with it, to try and guide my eyes to whatever magic might be around us.
All right. So as it kind of starts, as you can see it, weaving through the woods, you see a lot of areas on the ground kind of glow softly, and they seem to move. as well as like a glowing, almost like tendrils that wrap up into the trees. As you're looking around, you see one one that kind of comes down, starts angling towards the main path you guys are on. Just keep looking, you see more of them start to kind of filter out from the ground.
It's the trees and the ground itself are bursting forth tendrils to attack the men out there. We need to pull back onto the road itself and find our way onto the mansion.
So as you say that, the guard pulls out a horn, kind of blows it. You see about 4 of his soldiers come running out, and that's all that makes it out of the woods.
Out of curiosity, how many NPC soldiers does that leave us total here on the road?
Total, about 8.
Out of 25.
Ula 9. I can't do the math. 14? No, 14 for the tendrils. 13, something like that. Anyway, a lot.
We need to move quickly if we're going to get through this.
So what is the
And
plan?
I guess I'll try to give you warning from where they're going to strike from. We do our best to either not get touched or to strike them as they reach out for us, and we move quickly up to the mansion.
All right.
Try to get inside. I imagine there will be more dangers there, but we'll simply have to confront them as we arrive.
Okay. So as you guys quicken your pace, all of the soldiers have their weapons out. You guys begin to move faster, and as you're going, there's times where everything seems fine, and then you'll see one come lashing out, and it's just a thick, thorny vine that's tipped. It almost looks like a bone spear, and you can see liquid dripping off of it. With your warning, as you're watching it, you're able to deflect it, even cut it in half as it crumbles to the ground. Pulls back in. A couple more will lash out. But because you know what you're looking for, you're able to guide the group that's remaining, as well as your group, into an area that you remember visiting before. As you kind of stop at that clearing, you see a lot of those vines launch out. But they don't launch at you. They launch across in front of you and some behind, and make almost like a thorn wall.
Anybody got any fire magic?
I don't think. Well, actually, I do.
Is it dark? Like darker with that?
Yeah, it's not black, but there's very little light coming in. There's still some, but not a whole lot. You can just kind of make it through just little cracks of between the vines.
I am going to activate my mini sun on my staff that I can do as part of my staff's abilities. See if that does anything.
So it gets really bright, big inside there. But they don't seem to pull away. In fact, as the light is being put out, they seem to lock tighter and get thicker.
Jul's gonna get a torch out of her pack and light it, and start stabbing at the thorns with it, with the torch.
Okay. So as you're kind of jamming the torch into the vine wall, when it hits, you see almost like a pulse go through the vines, and it kind of pulls away, but as soon as you drop back, it snaps back.
Perhaps your axe can do more permanent damage to Vadula?
I can try. She's gonna pull it out, and she's gonna walk up, and she's just gonna take a huge swing with it.
All right.
What's the difficulty? Easy, because it's just a big wall.
Yeah. So as you tear through the vines, it takes a couple whacks, but you're able to kind of find a nice little soft spot. And it just starts to split as you just continuously whack away at it. You're able to slice through enough that a lot of them reel back into the woods. So you've got an opening, but you can already see some that are trying to move back into place.
I look at everybody else. I look at Danil and I'm like, everybody get going through it. I'll hack at it until everybody's through.
All right, yeah, let's move. See if we can't widen that gap some.
Alright. So as it was wailing on it with her axe, you see a few of the guards come up and start trying with their swords. Not having quite as much luck. But there's...
Ula just kind of yells at him like, go through.
Yeah.
I got this.
Most of them start to kind of climb through. Every now and then
Go
getting
through.
funny.
Don't make me chop you too.
Daniel will hop through as well.
Sam Key's already out. She's got nothing to hack at these with.
Once everybody is through, including Jorlak and Garnd, Ula will step through as well.
Okay. Your camera froze on mine.
Everybody's still going on mine, oddly enough. Usually I'm the
Right.
one who gets camera freezes.
Yeah. Right now I just have her. Oh. So,
Look to your right.
oh yeah, that's easy enough. She's over there. She's kind of a pain when she's talking because I get it from that and then I get it through my headphones.
As if that doesn't go two ways.
Yeah.
You can mute her, you know. Like, that's a
I can't
feature.
actually.
You can't?
Well, I can, but if I mute it, it won't go through the stream.
Oh. Well then, Amy, you can mute Joe, you know.
She could. So everybody makes it through to the other side. You see the guards kind of try to make a little wall in front and behind, kind of like a little shield wall. And every now and then, a vine will lash out from the wall, and you'll see him strike it in half, pulls back. But you can see the mansion. It's a lot closer now.
I mean, I guess Daniel at this point is trying to make a run for the mansion. I'm guessing we're still getting that that intense magical presence from the building itself, right?
Yep, from the building and the grounds.
Okay. I guess as we approach, I'm going to see if I can cast another dispel, and I will use my loot this time,
Okay.
so I can do an additional target with no extra difficulty, just in case that becomes a thing.
Okay. Yeah, because this one you'll need to definitely need to make a check on.
Any extra bad dice I should throw in other than the base hard difficulty?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What we had it last time too. I think it was last time it was just 1 red, 2 purple, but I'm gonna flip a pip and give you 2 red, 1 purple.
Wow, rude.
More pips for us.
Story points.
Hey.
All right. So yeah,
So
using
yeah.
your loot, you're able to, as you play, the magic around the grounds, you see it almost looks like it's melting away as the notes just kind of hit it. And the grass is dead. All the plants that you can see, like the bushes and everything, are wilted. It actually spreads out into the woods, and you see the trees, which looked fine, minus the whole graspy, killy vines that were launching out at you, begin to twist and wither, and a lot of them look dead. And you start to see just a bunch of the vines crumble from the tops. The wall behind from where you guys were at just drops. You see it just kind of slowly move back into the woods. The magic on the mansion itself goes back, and it looks old, dilapidated. Doesn't look as nice and pristine as it had when you walked up or ran up.
So now we see its true face at long last. Is there any obvious threat from the mansion, or is it just looking old and run down right now?
Pretty much old and run down, and it looks in bad shape. So the whole thing could be a threat, just going in. You can see there are spots where it had been, like it was getting repaired, but it would be a long process to do all of it.
Well, the beast is surely somewhere in there. How do we want to go about this? Simply enter and start searching until we find it?
Was there a section of the library book how to fret out a vampire? Do you
Do they
smoke
sit
them
in
out?
coffins in this world?
do you just throw a bunch of garlic at it?
Biggest weaknesses that you could find were the sunlight being the biggest one. There are
sun.
Well, it has to be natural sunlight. There are reports that some, the classic stake through the heart, submerge the body in water, holy water. As for them sleeping, there's different ones throughout many different nations and countries, that some have to sleep in coffins, some just have to sleep surrounded by earth of their homeland. So some of them will carry basically like jars or a chest with dirt that they can either put around where they sleep, put it on where they sleep, that way they're surrounded by it. And there's other reports of powerful ones that don't require that. Fire is a good deterrent for fighting them.
Well, I suppose if the house itself begins to collapse, we can always rely upon Asha's barrier magic.
Oh, Jewel, I forgot to do this when you woke up. I need a daunting resilience check.
I had been intentionally not reminding you of that and wondering how long it would take before we got this.
Any kind of bonuses or anything for my knowledge of blood magic?
Yeah, you can get a boost from it. Alright. So, since you're not actually actively using your blood to try to purify it, your health and your wound and your strength threshold each go down by 4 again. It's a wasting disease.
I did say we should use some augments on you to give you boosts for your goddamn checks each morning. Tonight, assuming we all survive this, like in game tonight, not in real life tonight, Daniel's gonna give you an augment.
Unless, of course, this works and she can heal herself.
Well, yeah. If this works. If this doesn't work, that is.
Alright, so what do you want to do? You're at the mansion.
I mean, at this point, it feels like no sense in really splitting our forces here. We should move everyone inside.
Should we check the grounds first, at least walk around the building and make sure there's not like demon dogs on the other side ready to jump us when we go
I
in?
guess so. It's
You
true,
mean
there was a
dragon
pyre.
dogs?
Alright, so are you guys going, or do you want everybody to go?
Yeah, might as well not split up. We don't know what will happen to NPCs while we're gone.
Alright.
Truth.
So as you guys walk around the grounds, you see evidence in the ground of large singe marks. But you don't see anything in the area.
Does there appear to be a trail somewhere? Like, can we see where they were going, or this just...
So you can see, because you guys know what to look for from when you guys tracked it here. You can see that the marks kind of go off almost towards where you were all at, came back. But now you can see some fresher ones that run off in the same direction. As you put your hands kind of down, they still feel warm.
Wait, back the way we just came is what you're saying?
Not the way you came, but the way that those who had come to investigate the mansion had taken back.
Yep, I thought so. It's gone to the town. Of course.
There's nothing we can do about it now. We can't worry about it.
Can't afford to split up.
Nope.
Bastard.
We could send Garnd after that one.
Yeah, no.
Feels a little dangerous for Garnd. Maybe if he had Jorlak, but even then.
As much as I love them both, I don't think they stand a chance against the dragon dog.
But yeah, I'm thinking we'd basically just
Well,
enter the house, we find the vampire, we try to avoid splitting up.
Eliminate the bigger threat. And maybe if we kill him, we kill the dog. Didn't he conjure the dog?
He's
Or weaken the
definitely something
dog.
to do with it, yeah.
The vampire's the bigger threat right now.
Assuming the dog didn't carry him off
It's the middle of the day.
It's the middle of the day.
in his mouth or something. I don't know.
Well, it's not the middle of the day. It's still morning.
Well, it's light
Yeah.
out.
I know what you mean. Probably
Also,
not.
he is a dragon dog. I don't think he wants to be in his mouth because fire.
What if he's a good boy and doesn't breathe fire when he's carrying around his master? Anyway, does it look like there are multiple ways to get into the house? Like, is the door suitable? Are there windows we could easily climb through?
There are windows. Some are missing planes of glass. Some were smashed out. There's one large door you can go in. There's a smaller one up on the side, kind of facing the woods. Looks more like a service area where help would probably go in through.
I'd say we do this like a SWAT team, but considering how outclassed we are, let's just all approach from the side that the door is on, and just have people go through as many openings on that side at once, so that we just get people in quickly, and we're not just trickling in one by one. Like, have people go through any windows on that side of the building, and people going through the door as well, just to get everybody inside.
All right. So you see a lot of the guards kind of go more for that side door. Some actually kind of prepare sitting back. See a couple pull out bows, waiting. Basically just watching the windows, watching any possible avenue of escape. You see a bunch line up at the door. Okay. Look around. And then they're not even quiet about it, they just kick the door in and go charging in.
Yeah.
Let's do it. That's what we're
I
here
guess
for.
we'll follow them in.
He knows we're here for a fight. At least he should. We're here to finish what we started.
So as you go in, the most of the room that you enter is covered in debris, some busted up furniture, old paintings on the wall, some kind of askew, some are torn, some just old, moldy. We go in through one smaller room, goes down a hall, you can see where it branches off again, or it can go straight into a larger room. Which way do you go?
Let's start with the larger room straight ahead.
Okay. So as you go in, you can see this area looks more like it had been kind of a large receiving room. The old rug that had gone from the door kind of up to another door is old. There's holes. It's dirt covered in dust, but you can see the trails from where the resident had moved. And some marks of, the occasional guests that had been through here. Leads to another door. You do see two stairwells that kind of go wrap up and around that lead to the second floor. You see a couple of guards kind of on each side start charging up.
Daniel will follow them.
Are there stairs going down anywhere?
Not that you found yet.
Okay.
So where's everybody else going?
Sticking with Danelle.
Jewel followed the nail.
Yeah.
Stay together.
Okay. So, a few guards go up. You all follow them up. You can hear the other guard giving commands to search the lower level. So as it comes up to the second floor, you see it kind of almost like a balcony-like, but it goes to the left and the right. You see them both kind of wrap around and go down the halls. And there's just door after door after door. Spaced probably about 5 feet apart. They go in, you can hear them just kicking doors open, run in, run back out, kick the next one open, and just up and down the hall. The one that went to the left, he comes back and he's just, nothing here, sir. The one that went to the right, see him, he kicks open a door, runs in, runs out, kicks open another door, runs in, back and forth. Then finally he kicks in the last one, charges in, then nothing. A couple heartbeats go by, and all you hear is a loud smashing. And another one gets louder. And you see his body come flying through the wall, hit the other side, and just slide down.
I think we found what we're looking for.
Yeah, Daniel's just going to shout so that the guards below can hear. We found him upstairs!
Okay, I need initiative.
Alrighty, cooler vigilance, I guess.
Should be cool because we.
Yeah, cool, because
Be
you've been
here
kind of...
one more time.
Yeah, you've been expecting this.
I'm really not as tired as my yawns are making me seem. How does he have so much initiative die?
Which one of us? Oh, I see. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I guess that's what he gets for being a nemesis. I'm going to refresh my RPG sessions because that did not load properly for me.
Yeah, I actually do it quite frequently. It's a great site, but yeah, there's some issues with it.
Like, it's usually fine, but every now and then it just gives out and the rolls stop coming through.
Okay. And I do have to put that there too. Alright. So, he did get a triumph, so he does get one free maneuver. So yeah, you see him come just flying, pretty much out of the hole that the soldier had left with his body. And drops kind of right down in front of the group. Now the fun part is this is going to be hard because you guys could only go shoulder to shoulder too wide.
Well, in terms of some things, that's not that bad because some of them are gonna, like, our spell slingers don't need to be up front.
I'm wondering if maybe I should start by taking this PC slot and doing some augmenting. If people are okay with that.
That's fine.
Do we want the initial front line to be Ula and the last NPC guard with us right now? Because I can definitely take up the front line, but I'm wondering if I might keep my loot out for a little bit to do more magic stuff. Provide some support.
Get him, guard. Go get him.
Yeah, get him there, Meat Shield. You've trained for this moment.
You know that Key's probably not going to want to be on the front line. Or
Look,
Asha.
I'll file into the gap when the guard tragically but inevitably perishes, but you know. But yeah,
Me
I guess
too.
Daniel will open by playing on the lute, starting up a song to cast an augment with additional targets.
No, okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to make the roll for a soldier here.
Oh, does he have to make the terror roll?
Yep. Anybody who basically upon first sight, you guys have seen him before, you know what he's looking, you know what he can do, so you're not.
You no longer phase.
Well,
Oh,
you can
thank
still be
God.
phased. But again, you know what he looks like, you know what he is, you've seen him. But yeah, he can try to basically force it on you.
Hey. Shit, that's good. So that means 3 targets will get an extra green die on their next check.
Except for initiative is still running, so it's added another PC to the.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I fucked it all up.
no, you're good. You're good.
But that was a really nice rally call.
But yeah, I'm thinking I'll give that green die to the 3 other PCs. As the magic swirls around you. And then I don't know about the triumph. Did the guard succeed his terror check?
I'm doing that right now.
Ah, gotcha. Could I use the triumph to help him auto succeed?
Not auto succeed, but you could upgrade his die.
I'll do that. Like, I'll say the magic upgrades his resolve against fighting the vampire, even though his comrade has just been gibleted against the wall, horror movie style.
Nope. So, even with listening to your, rousing music and rallying call, and yeah, he gets a look at him and drops his weapons and begins running down the stairs screaming.
Well, we've definitely found him. And we've definitely got proof he exists.
All right. Did you want to do anything else?
I don't really know if there's anything good to do with my maneuvers. I will.
Stay by me.
Yeah, I'll stay by Ula so we can at least get some extra boost from back to back.
Okay. So now it goes to... Alright, so I know that both of you are right there. So he goes for a slash at, let's see, who do I want to go for? He's going to go for Ula.
Why am I not surprised?
Do you have any defense?
No.
Okay.
Hold on, just let me double check everything that I have in case. Okay, nope, I'm good.
Okay. Alright. So As he launches up, grabs you with its claws. Let's see. He's going to use his 2 advantage to ensnare you, which allows him to make an immediate bite attack.
If I had a goddamn sword out, I could use bulwark. I'm sorry.
So he does succeed on that. So you are going to take 7 damage. It's Pierce 3, so he'll ignore your at least 3 points of your soak. Oh yeah, I forgot to use his triumph.
You don't have to. It's fine.
Got it.
It's fine.
He'll crit.
Of course you.
This is what we need goddamn meat shields for.
Horrific injury. Alright, let's see. Randomly roll 1d100 to determine one of the target's characteristics. 1 to 30 is brawn, 31 to 60 is agility, 61 to 70 is intellect, 71 to 80 is cunning, 81 to 90 is presence, yada yada. Until this critical injury is healed, treat that characteristic as 1 point lower.
I hope it's more cunning. Damage or
Cunning,
cunning
right.
again.
Yes.
Oh. My bad.
You got 49 failures and 81 threat.
God damn it. Oh, hold on. I think it's that. There we go.
Oh, come on.
So your brawn is now down by 1.
Boy, it's a good thing.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that other
Me
than
neither.
it's a good thing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
I took dedication today, which I used to up my brawn by 1. So
Hi.
I'm basically back where I was.
Alright, PC.
It's great.
Okay, so what does ensnared mean to me?
You are immobilized for a number of rounds. So 2 rounds you're immobilized. You can make a hard athletics check to try to break free.
But that is my action.
Yes.
Can she attack since they're basically engaged?
Yeah, we're engaged, so can I attack him?
Yeah, you can attack him.
So I basically...
You can't move, but like you can't leave his grip.
But there are no
Okay.
other penalties to that, right?
Don't believe so.
Okay. But I want to know if I can still have a maneuver, I just can't move.
Right.
Okay, first, I'm going to use my maneuver to call up Jorlak.
Part of me feels like I should have let Ula go first so she could use her heroic ability and not take any damage, but then
I
it
also
would have
had-
just been me getting bitten.
I also have quick strike.
What's Quick Strike do?
I get a boost if he hasn't acted yet.
Oh, damn it. Well, you got a green, I guess. That's almost better.
Well, in this
Green to offset the
particular-
green that you lost from the
I was saying,
horrific
in this
image.
particular moment, it'll offset my green that I lost. So,
Oh, you cannot perform maneuvers.
oh, never
Being in the
mind
water.
then. All right then. Well,
So basically, you got an action. You can try to break free if you want, or you can just attack him.
I'm just gonna attack it. Is it easy since he's like right there, holding me?
It's still average. And
And do I get a setback?
nope. A lot of advantage.
Ugh.
That advantage has to be good for something against him, right?
Well, depends what you want to do.
Could you set setbacks on him?
Oh, you know what? I didn't roll my 2 blue dice for back to back.
That's true. We are still back to back.
There you go.
Now we're talking. All right, so let's see here. So I am going to use 3 advantage to crit.
Okay, I still need damage.
Oh yeah, I suppose, huh? 4, 8, 9, 10.
And Pierce 2, right, from the axe?
Pierce 2, vicious 1. And for blast, how does that work? Like against just him because everybody else is behind me?
It's pretty much anybody engaged with that target.
Are you engaged with him?
I think I would
Janelle?
count as engaged,
You would
yeah.
count as engaged.
Okay, never mind the blast then. So
When did you
all
get
right,
blast on it?
so I picked up shockwave today as well. All right, and so all right, so crit, and then for my other 2, I'll just pass boost to the next person. So now roll crit.
Yep.
That should be plus 10 from your vicious.
Yeah. Luckily, I got the nice screen right here.
I don't know. That one's a pretty good one, actually.
I'm very curious what 105 is, though.
Me too.
All right. So, quickly, I need you to give me a daunting resilience check from when he bit you. So, as he
Hooray!
launched in, grabbed onto Ula, sunk his fangs into her, she retaliates with her.
Oh, actually,
That'd be
well,
one less.
it'd be one less, but there's
one
one
blank,
that's
yeah.
not anything. So
All right, so your wounds and your strain automatically go down by 4.
Now even more of the party is dying to death.
Your current or your threshold?
Should be on that.
Because I thought for me it was just as my threshold.
Yeah, thresholds. So you see Ula trying to fight against him. As his fangs are sunk in, you see her just bring her axe up, slam it down. She left or right-handed?
right.
All right. So you see it cleave into his shoulder and go all the way through, and his left arm drops and hits the ground.
Is 105 the one where we take off a whole limb?
Yep, maimed.
Nice.
Holy shit.
So as that happens, he lets go and just, ah! Oh, he'll pay for that. Right. And because of that, you're no longer considered ensnared. PC.
I'm going to allow Jewel to go because Jewel should use her blood magic and heal herself.
And also, Jewel is just a very hard hitter.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indubitably.
Juno has improved signature spell. Plus, she's going to use double 2 levels of blood magic on this.
I have a quick question. Since my strain threshold went down by 4, so does that mean even though I had 12, now I'm down to 8?
Yeah, because it would go to your cap.
Okay.
And since that's your temporary cap until you can cure from that. All right.
Okay. And checking, I have a boost coming from the advantage and I have an extra die coming from Daniil, right?
Yes.
Yep, extra green and an extra blue. From me and from the boost.
Jesus.
So that's
Nice.
15 damage.
Okay. So, heads up for round 2. I keep forgetting to add his adversary levels in there. So, next round, that'll be a little bit harder.
Oh, right, we haven't been rolling reds. Oops.
Yeah. Alright, so 15 you say?
Correct. And I'm going to... And that also has the deadly on it. So it's critical rating of 2, so I'm going to activate a crit.
How does he get 2 actions in a round?
Nemesis.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So it actually originally started with Star Wars. They fixed it when they put out the Edge screen, and then Age of Rebellion and all that. Basically, the action economy of encounter.
Gotcha.
with, 4 of you beating on one guy and him only getting one shot, it doesn't do a whole lot to him, or for him. So one of the ways they came up with it is one of the options is they can go on their turn and then at the end of the round to kind of help out.
But that's not the end of the round.
No. But there's other
Okay.
NPCs in the building.
Yes, but it's not the end of our PC.
I know.
Okay, well, deal with Jewel.
I can't believe this is happening.
Jewel would like to Black Knight the guy and take his other arm off.
I mean, we could take a leg instead.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh, that also has, yeah, I'm sorry. It has, so it's critical rating of 2, and then it has vicious of 3, because now I have a knowledge lore of 3 as well. So I don't know if I said that part.
Okay, so it does not take a limb. It's
Nope.
going to be something else entirely.
So, okay, hold on. So you got 86 plus 10 from Ula's crit. So to 96, we now get to add more onto that. So give me a minute.
So it's 126 then.
The higher they go, the worse they get.
I admit I'm a little sad we didn't just blast off 2 of his limbs at once, because that was hilarious.
Alright.
I agree.
So I get to roll 1d10.
Well, then he'd just do nothing but bite us, and we'd all die of vampirism.
We'd all die, then become vampire spawns.
I'm picturing him like wiggling around on the floor, just going.
Well, now I've got like zombie movies stuck in my head.
Alright. Okay. So, anything else? Any maneuvers?
Maybe just back up just to be back to. I assume I was like really close to the two before, and now just back up a little ways. And then I don't know, Joe. I took my. I don't know if my blood medic does anything extra in my condition or not. I don't know how we want to play that.
Alright, so you did.
I mean, because normally I take the damage and then recover it from the person that I'm hurting.
Right.
I don't know if we want to do anything different with my
Give me a resilience check. How many blood or points blood did you use or whatever it was?
I have two. Yeah, I use both. I have 2 ranks. I use them both.
Okay. So drop it down to. For this, drop it down to hard with a boost. All right.
So then, do I gain my threshold back? Is that what you're saying?
So right now you're cured of it. Basically, you've used your blood magic to kind of filter it out. So after you are able to actually rest, and your body will start going back to normal, that it'll equal back out.
Okay. Then as an incidental, I'm going to use my item that I augmented. I can't remember what it's called now, but I'm going to use it to take some strain back.
Okay. Was it like 5 strain that you can take back from it?
Yeah, if the website will reload, I could find it.
I have it written down. My binder's over there, and I'm too lazy to go get it. Supposed to have a new desk today, but it still hasn't shipped out. Ordered a GT racing desk since they're on sale. It's like 5 feet long. Oh, it's gonna be nice. Because this little corner desk is not doing much.
5 strain once per battle.
Okay. So yeah, so you can heal back 5 strain. And NPC. Oh yeah, he's running. So PC.
It says TPC, which is why I was confused. It was why he went before I did.
TPC? What?
Well, T-PC, and the T-PC at the top was... What does that even mean? Because then there's another PC slot after, and I'm the last PC to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I
that's why I
think
said, why
when
does that person get to
I
go
think one of
twice?
them was something that I accidentally created when I
I
first
think
rolled.
when
And it
yeah.
added
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
Because
know.
the first NPC was the dude that was with us, that got scared away. So the TPC was the vampire. And then it was... Technically, it went Danil, the PC that was with us, then the vampire, then Ula, then Jewel. Am I right? So something's messed up in the order. But whatever. So Key's gonna try to use magic. So first things first, she's gonna have to use discipline. And so is my boost on that from Tom, or is it on the
It'd
next
be
yeah,
on that.
it's whatever
it's
check
green
you
dice?
make first, you get a green die too.
Okay. Cool, I can magic. She is done with this vampire shit. So she's actually going to attack
Destroy him.
with holy magic.
Do it.
So that would add my difficulty +1 to easy, correct?
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to... I think it's a difficulty of 2.
Yeah.
It should be.
Starts out easy, then it would go up to, when you're adding it, it'll go up.
And then she is going to use her divine intervention to knock out that failures to make it 2 successes. So I'm still trying to figure out how magic damage works because I haven't really done this yet. So each success deals +2 damage instead of 1. So she's dealing 4 holy damage. And then can I activate crit with those 5 advantages?
Okay, so
Oh, is it plus my intellect, right? Or willpower?
do you use will, or is it,
It's willpower for divine.
then yeah. So the will, your will is your base.
Plus, then it's, since I'm using holy magic, it's +2 per success.
Okay.
So
And
that's
then
6
also
damage.
plus any magical implement if it gives extra too. I don't know if you have a staff that gives you extra damage.
It doesn't. No, the
Okay.
staff doesn't give me extra magic damage. It just allows me to do a barrier spell with sanctuary on it with no extra difficulty.
Gotcha.
All right.
So 6 damage.
6 times 2.
No, it would be 4, 8 then. No, it's 2 plus 2 per success. So my willpower is 2, and I got 2, so that would be 6.
Yep. And then, trying to remember. I want to say critting with magic, I think. Oh, let me do a quick check.
Oh, no. It says the attack has no critical rating with magic, so you can only inflict a critical with a triumph.
Oh, yeah. Unless you add deadly to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't.
Yeah.
So then I'll just use my advantage to give boosts to everyone else. And I'll take one to heal the strain from making the attack. So
what's
4 boosts.
Yeah. What's the total damage?
6 holy damage. I don't know. Not high flying, but damn it,
It's
she's
something.
mad.
Also, it's very funny that crit from Jewel also took a brawn away from him.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
All right. So. All right. So. How do you want to kill him?
All right, so the way I imagine it, because it's holy damage, and I'm holding on to my medallion as I'm doing this, I think I will say ahead of casting the spell, "May your evil disperse." And she holds out her staff, shoots out the spell, and it comes out in a like sun glow light ball, hits him square in the chest, and just kind of explodes into him.
All right. So you see when it hits, he starts to turn into mist again, but then that light just melts right through it. And so as he starts to turn, it's just him melting. And just kind of just poof. And then it's quiet.
So Daniel is immediately going to rush to Ula. "Oh, Ula, are you all right? Let us see the wound."
I don't know. She kind of sits down because, she's much taller than you so that you can see where he bit her.
Shit.
Jorlak comes over and licks her face too.
Out of character, I of course know that Ula has failed the check and is afflicted by the wasting disease. Should I make checks to verify that in character as well?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a medicine check.
I'll boost you. Or do you want me to do it?
You might as well make the roll. I'll boost you. You've become the true doctor of the party.
It was hard difficulty, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of advantage, but yeah, it doesn't look like she's affected by anything.
It might be interference from the magic of the house. We might want to get her somewhere else.
I don't want to say anything for certain now, but first of all, and Daniel's actually going to try to heal one of her crits with magic, to at least get rid of the brawn crits.
That one is a hard difficulty.
This is fine. It's not actually fine, but we're gonna try
This is
anyway.
fine. Everything's fine.
It's not fine, but we'll make it work.
Can I post
Because
you?
I think adding a I need to look at the sheet again to see if it adds 2 or 3 difficulty dice to heal a crit injury.
It's
Need
equal
to find-
to it's equal to what the difficulty is, what it was rolled. So if she said it's hard, it should be hard.
Oh, I meant for like the heal spell has a special thing for
Oh.
like you can heal a critical injury. And I think it's a flat number of difficulty dice. And I'm not sure
heal
if that
critical
goes.
it adds 2.
Okay. Would that also add in her difficulty, or would it just be the normal heal difficulty plus the difficulty for that crit injury?
Good question.
Yeah, I was using medicine before.
Fuck that. I'll use my magic. At least I can be good at this, maybe.
It just basically starts out easy and you just add to it. So it's still gonna be a hard check, but
That works for me.
Ulo, how much damage did you take? It's not showing up for me on the session screen.
I took 5.
All right, your brawn is back to normal, assuming I'm allowed to pick and choose the crit I heal.
well,
Well, my other crit is only a. Oh wait, you use something different.
generally you go from the hardest one up to the easiest.
Which is what that is. So
But at the same time, it says you choose. I believe it says you choose. Select one critical injury the target is suffering. If the spell is successful, the critical
Yeah.
injury is also healed.
So yeah, horrific wound healed, and you get 3 wound back as well.
Got a scar
Well,
story though about
technically
where
I
that
get
is
one.
anyway.
What? Oh, because of your lowered caps? Fuck.
yep.
You need a good scar story as to where that is on an arm or a leg or wherever, though. Look good on you.
I'm gonna try healing you, Jewel.
You know, you know what I think would look really cool, like kind of almost like across the collarbone.
It would be cool.
Take
I
some
think
health
it looks
back,
pretty cool.
But Daniel's basically going to be like, we should get out of here and examine both of you more closely. We need to see if your healing worked and if we need anything else for Ula.
I think we need to talk to the Inquisitors first.
Well, yeah, we'll get them on our way out.
Yeah.
You mean the guy that ran away?
Well, the other guards didn't even show up in time.
Is
What
there
did we even bring
any?
them here for?
Is there any kind of? Did he like disperse into a puddle of dust, or is there?
More of
Loot
ash.
the corpse.
Just gonna melt it away into ash.
All right.
Vampire ash, is that worth anything like as an alchemical component?
See, I was thinking we need to take a cue from one of our earliest sessions. We don't know if there's any way that this vampire can regenerate. So, the only way to make sure is to kind of light the whole place up as we leave,
Yeah, but I do want the Inquisitor light to come up and see the pile of ash of proof.
Well, there was at least one survivor who saw.
It, yeah. But I want them to see proof that he had died, that we had taken care of it without kidnapping random villagers.
She wants to prove her point, damn it. Also, somebody should run down to his room and see if there's any treasure in there before we light the place on fire.
Agreed.
That feels like a Jewel thing to do, honestly, like find vampire
It really
treasures.
does.
Jewel's already thinking about that. Yeah, for sure. She's going down to the room to check it out.
Daniel is frankly too worried about the bite, especially because he keeps thinking, oh man, if only you had the sword out, you could have parried and it might have stopped the bite. What did I take this perk for if not to use it?
So, Inquisitor makes it up the stairs. Got his, weapon out, looking around. So where is it?
Key will point to the pile of ash.
Goes over, looks at him, kind of kicks it. Just kind of disperses into a small little cloud. So that was it?
Why don't you ask your friend? The one who ran away in terror and screaming. You forget, sir. We had fought him before. He wasn't fully at full health.
And he gave as good as he got. And Daniel will gesture to the fucking bite marks on Ula, as well as the recent scar from the critical injury.
Alright. So,
And
His arm got lopped off. Wait a minute.
Oh,
His
yeah.
arm got lopped
Did the
off.
arm
His
melt?
arm's still there.
sure.
The arm's still there.
And it has claws.
So, he'll walk over, because the arm's still there, he'll pick it up. Steps close to, Key. I know what you're trying to do, but don't forget. Your friend over here, the one that's been bit, also ran screaming. So if you want to try to point fingers, you might as well point at her too.
I was more talking about proof, sir. But now you have your arm.
Hey, thought that dude wasn't around when I went screaming.
He wasn't, but the other guards were still, and he was getting information when he showed up.
I'll just have to kill them too.
He misunderstood what I was trying to say, by the way. I was just saying, yeah, your buddy saw him.
I know.
Just saying.
Ula's lesson learned: leave no witnesses, kill them all.
Exactly.
You have your arm.
Yes, I do.
And an extra one.
He starts kind of slowly walking down the stairs. He stops at the bottom, looks at you all, especially looks at Key, uses the severed arm to give a half-ass salute. Thank you for your assistance in helping us track this down.
Remember us the next time something happens.
Well, maybe we'll contact you. Or we'll just do as we normally do, and maybe you'll show up. And then you can be good little folks and lead us to where we need to be.
Daniel's just doing a 1,000-yard stare at this entire speech.
Key just kind of smirks. Fine.
Good day. He just turns, walks out.
She looks back at you guys. Well, that was fun.
All right. Anything in his room? Is there a coffin, or what do I find?
So in this room, when you go in, the walls have a dark, like heavy, velvety curtains that encase the entire room. Basically, it blacks out everything in there. You do find a canopy bed that has dirt all around it. There is a like like a wardrobe. When we open that, there's some nice clothes in there. I mean, some that could, if you can find something to buy them, could fetch some money. But in here, he doesn't have a whole lot. There's a couple of candles on the nightstands. An old book.
All right, Jules going to suggest that we at least search the house a little more before we burn it down. So that I found nine. We'll take some of the clothes. Take the clothes that we think they can sell.
Take the book, because who knows what that is.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So as you begin to search the house, the top floor where you guys are at, just a lot of empty rooms. A couple have beds in them. Some that are decent, some that are falling apart. As you go back to the main floor, you find where like the kitchen is, which is completely devoid of anything. A lot of cobwebs. A couple other smaller rooms. One of them is like a study. And here's a large number of books stuck in the shelves that kind of wrap around the walls. There's a heavy oak desk with a nice plush chair behind it. Quill and ink. Then there's got a couple little books, some papers on there. As you go and examine them, there are a lot of like finances, kind of payments being made out, kind of for all like the city guard, stuff like that. It looks like pretty much he was financing the city. So where all the payments would go, what needs to be shifted for food resources, kind of help boost any businesses that are struggling a little bit.
And this is the local town, right? Not Kutrov, right?
Yes.
Why would he be doing that when he radiated evil?
Maybe looking after his food source. Keeping the town prosperous so it doesn't dry up. No one moves away.
You want to keep your cattle well fed, right? So you can butcher them nice and healthy.
And we don't know his true motivations. It's possible that the hounds weren't behind the earlier disappearances. That was just our best guess.
So is this money, is it like in accounts in a bank somewhere, or how is this accounting being done?
A lot of them are. You can find slips that have like account notes on them, and looking through it, you can see it. It goes. There's a little water symbol on the bottom of a lot of them, just as the banking guild.
I'm just wondering if we can turn the accounts over to somebody in the city so that they can keep everything running smoothly. like the mayor or whatever. I guess take the receipts. We can give them to him.
There.
Might as well not let that money go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's keeping the town above water, so
It's worth checking out.
All right.
Jorlak sniffs around. Is there anything out of the ordinary he finds?
So he leads you down into the basement as you have him sniffing around. As you go down to the bottom, you can see a lot of footprints from where the soldiers were searching around. There are some old crates you can see they kind of smashed open to see if there's anything hiding. It doesn't look that bad down here. But Jorik is set on one corner and keeps kind of pawing at it.
What you find, boy? She's gonna go over and see what he's pawing at.
And it looks like a stone wall.
I would like to examine it more closely, please.
Okay.
My, what fine yet rustic architecture. I think I should examine it more closely.
Give me a perception. Hard difficulty with 1 red.
Flip a pip, guys.
Might as well.
What
True
a roll!
neutrality.
All right.
It's the potpourri roll. One of
Wow.
everything.
So, digging around, searching the wall and everything, you feel this tiny little pebble shift a little. As you push on it, you see where Jark had been sniffing, a door-sized section pops out, or basically away from you, and slides open. When you do, or when that happens, you see a female tied up, like right by the door. She kind of looks over, kind of throws herself towards the door. As you hear a loud crack, and you see a section of the ceiling above you collapse into the room. And you start hearing more snaps, and dust begins to just poof, 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 all along the ceiling.
Guys?
Jewel's gonna grab the woman or help her to her feet and start running out.
Yeah.
She's chained, I think.
Well, she's just tied up. But
Oh,
her,
okay.
her wrists and her...
Yeah, Daniel's definitely running as well.
How much difficulty would it be to put up a barrier spell big enough to get them to safety? Because it would have to be an area barrier, right?
Yes.
So, if like to cover at least the stairs and to get them out because they're down in the basement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the stairs to the exit.
Were you down there with them, or were you still upstairs?
No, I was still upstairs. I didn't go down in the basement.
All right, so it'll be for that size. I'll say it'll be hard, but because you can feel cracks underneath where you're at, it's gonna be at least 1 red and 2 purple, as the boards below you are starting to pop and shift.
Should I also flip a pip, guys?
Might as well.
Get out, y'all. Run. Run quick.
All right, so as you guys are running, you kind of see this crystal tunnel almost appear that leads up the stairs and to the doorway. And as you guys make it outside, you barely make it out as you hear a loud crash. As you kind of tumble along and look, you see the whole building just collapse in on itself.
Sorry, guys.
It was bound to happen at any time. I'm just glad we found her before we did something drastic like light it on fire.
Which we probably should now do that we're out.
Alright. So you guys set a fire. It's not that hard to do.
We're not going to try to do it magically this time.
And I also
Turns
don't know if
out
we
it's
have the time for
much-
a controlled burn because we've got to get back to town for multiple reasons.
Yes, we
fair.
do.
First off, we need to ask this lady, what's your name? Who are you?
Untying her and stuff, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to remember where I wrote it down. I have it written down somewhere. Just can't find it.
Well, it's possible she could be in shock still and just can't talk to us until you find it.
Yeah. Yeah, she
I'm
seems
guessing
pretty
she's
kinda out of it.
the woman who worked at the local inn in town, the tavern.
Yeah.
Because she was the last one to disappear, right?
Yes.
Well, let's take her home. Let's not scare her by telling her maybe there might be a pyre hound there.
Alright.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
So you guys make your way back to town. Takes about an hour. Just, helping her along and everything. The guards, or the Inquisitor guards, had already left when you guys were searching.
Figured.
You make it back to town. Caravan is just about ready to start heading out. So you bring her back to the inn. She hasn't said a single word. She's just kind of staring off. You're giving thanks, and innkeeper just talked about how much he appreciates you bringing her back alive. You make it to the caravan. And that's where we'll call it tonight.
Sounds good.
Cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and kill the stream here. Thanks for watching, folks. And see you next Monday.
Bye.
See ya.